Miss Danreael here, and I have a word for you. Cool as a cucumber. The verse for this video is Matthew 11:28 through 30, and it reads, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So look, the Lord is saying He wants you to be cool as a cucumber. If you've ever had a cucumber, you know that when you eat a cucumber, it's like refreshing. It is light. It energizes you, actually. Cucumbers are used in the spas. They put the cucumbers on your eyes. You can be like drinking cucumber water. You know, cucumber is something that is relaxing. It has magnesium in it. If you know what magnesium is, it relaxes the bones. The title of this video is Cool as a Cucumber. That's how God wants you to be this year. Cool as a cucumber. So look, the verse for this video, it tells us to come to me, all who are weary and burdened. A lot of us, we are tired. We got a lot on our schedule. We're doing a lot. We saying yes a lot to a lot of things. We're making commitments. We're overcommitting ourselves to things and peoples and situations. The Lord wants you to have some rest in your life this year. It says, come to me. He don't even say, follow me. He said, come to me. If you think someone coming to you, it's less work than following. Because when you follow someone, you got to see where they're going. You got to keep your head up. You got to, like, which way are you going? Like, he just says, come to me. Like I said, a lot of us, we are tired. We have a lot of burdens. We've overcommitted ourselves to a lot of things. He says he'll give you rest. The Lord wants you to rest. He wants you to have peace in your life. He wants you to do everything that he wants you to do for him. Like I said, you're in a lot of things that are for everybody else, whether it's your kids, your friends, your family. And then it says in verse 29, it says, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. The Lord wants you to take his yoke. He says his yoke is easy. His burden is light. The Lord ain't gonna ask you to do too much, not more than you can bear. His yoke is easy. His burden is light. That's why it's important to be equally yoked with people. Because if they doing this and you doing that and y'all not, in sync with each other, somebody's gonna be off. Things are not gonna be in alignment. God's burden is light. Everything you got going on, you got to really ask yourself, like, is this really beneficial to me? Can I really handle this? Am I in too many places at too many times? Like, do you have time? And you know your schedule is really packed and really busy when you don't even have time for God no more. Like, you don't even go to church no more. You watching church while you working out. Like, God can't have that time to itself. You can't sit down and enjoy the sermon without doing nothing else. That's how you know your time is, it's you got too many restrictions on you. The Lord wants you to rest. He wants you to be cool as a cucumber. He wants you to know that he has rest for you. He wants you to come to him. A lot of us, when we get stressed out, we run to, these things in this world. God says, come to me. Literally, come to me. All of us who are weary. And a lot of us, we tired. Some of us, we walk around looking good, smelling good, thinking and looking like we got it all together. But if you really sit down with a person and ask them, like, how are you doing? They tired. Yep, we all tired, honestly. I know it. And he says that he wants you to learn from him. God wants you to learn from his son, Jesus Christ. He wants you to learn how Jesus handled situations. There was instances where Jesus was called somewhere and he never was rushing. Jesus was never rushing. When he had to go to Lazarus, they was like, come, he's dead, he's dying. Oh my God, he's sick. Jesus walked. He was never in a rush. When they was on that boat, he was chilling. Jesus was never in a rush. Never. And he doesn't want you to live that way either. He doesn't want you to always be rushing and doing things. He wants you to, slow down and take it easy. You know, time is important. The way you spend your time is important. Who you allow to take up your time is important. That's why sometimes you gotta say no. That word no. No, I cannot do this day. No, I cannot do that. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm gonna have to withdraw. I'm gonna have to take some time to get my life together, get myself together, because you know, I have too many obligations right now. I'm overcommitted to too many things. The Lord wants you to relax. He wants you to have time for the things that are a necessity, like your family life, Him, and work. If you got anything outside of that that is taking up too much of your time, He wants you to let it go. Yeah. Put a pause on it. Take a day off. It says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So the things that God wants you to do when you come to Him finally, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be light. Like, it's not gonna have you up in arms. Yeah. The Lord wants you to have some rest and peace. A lot of people, they got God confused. God is not a confusing God. He is not the author of confusion. God is actually really simple. But, you know, this world makes us think that things are just overcomplicated. But when you really start to set yourself up in that place where God wants you to be, and you start doing what God wants you to do, that's when things are going to start going better for you. You're going to start to see like, wow, this is what God really wanted for me. Wow, this is the God that everybody talks about that I never knew about. Wow. Like, you really going to start to see like why you went through what you went through, why things played out the way they did. You really going to start to see, because everything's going to make sense, because now you know God. God begins to give you the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding that you need. And, you know, His burden is light, His yoke is easy. You're going to start to understand things more. You're going to have a different perspective. You're going to have a different attitude now. You're going to be transformed. You're going to be renewed. You're going to be restored, you know. You're going to have that peace that you are craving and desiring and yearning for so bad. You're going to have it. God has that peace for you. So look, remember that His yoke is easy. His burden is light. Everything you got going on that's stressing you out and making you angry, it's not from God probably. Because if it was, you wouldn't be stressed out. And He reminds us to come to Him when we're tired, when we're burdened, when we're weary. And He says that He's going to give us rest. So make sure you remember that. That's where you go when you are at that place where you're done. You're fed up, you're tired, you're weary, you're burdened. You go to God because He's waiting on you. He says, come to me. So look, I pray that this video blessed you. I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.